Here's one of the easiest ways I have found to cut a full fringe. First thing that's important, my friends, make sure you cut your fringes dry to ensure you get the proper length. Take out any natural growth patterns by working with the fine teeth of the comb and just simply wrap dry in that area. So I pre-dried this. Now we're gonna go through and we're gonna cut a full fringe. I remember I used to start on the right side and work my way to the left because I'm right-handed. But by the time I got to the left side, working this side, I started to find that my line was starting to drop down. Here's the easiest way to do it. Create your guide and work from the center to the outside. So all I'm gonna do is just take a nice section in the center of the fringe area that we have here. Okay, now you can cut your fringes as far back as you want. That's going to be a matter of personality, face shape, client, etc. So now here's the center of the fringe. We're going to start here. Now we're going to recommend that you always cut the fringe longer than the client wants. And it's just because they finish it at home. The way they finish it, they pop it up at the scalp and they're getting too much lift. They think you cut it too short. It's just the way they're finishing it. So I highly recommend you cut longer than what they actually desire. Okay, now once we come in, notice how I'm working with the wide teeth of the comb, not the fine teeth. Fine teeth are going to add too much tension, and you're going to have that hair springing back up on itself. Use the wide teeth, keep the comb flat to the forehead, drop the hair inside the wide teeth. As you drop, rotate. Now, release, holding, and I'm gonna go slightly longer. I want you to notice something. I'm working with a white comb on dark level of hair, so I can see the line that I'm cutting. How cool is that? If I'm working with a blonde hair, then I'd pick up the black comb. In this particular case, dark hair, the ivory comb. Now, get eye level and make sure your line is correct. See how that's tilted off? White comb can really tell you. I'm gonna go and level that off. Push the hair back deep into the teeth of the comb, back all the way up against the spine of the comb. Come in and notice I'm using a 7-inch, not the 575 or the 625. More because of the length of the shear. The shorter the shear, the more you're opening and closing, the more margin for error. The longer the shear, it's less closure, less margin for error. I know, we think about some of the most simple things that we tend to forget are the easiest things. Now look how I'm just coming in and I just simply work and close that. Now look at the line that I've been able to create there. Now that's my guide. Now I'm asking the client to close her eyes and keep her eyes closed. Not so the hair doesn't go in her eyes. I just don't want her to see where I'm cutting it. We've already discussed it. Have you ever gone to cut a fringe and the client's watching you and their eyes are open, they're going, no, that's too short. No, that's too long. You've already discussed it. Ask them to keep their eyes closed and you will cut it right to the length. Now look how I've turned the comb. Up against the head, the spine is. Right up against that area of the eye. And I'm level with what I created in that center and coming through and creating that fringe. Now I'm gonna work to the other side. So look how many sections, 1, 2. Now we come to the opposite side right here. Gonna come through and watch, when I square this comb, I'll take some of this corner off. Here, look how I used my shear to push it in, square. Here I'm looking for my guide. That's where I belong. Trust it and follow the guide. Look at what I want you to notice here. Look how the shear is flush to the comb. I'm flushed up to it, not down here, right up to that. Now I've completed my fringe, just the length. Now what we need to do is bevel the fringe with a cutting action first. So can you notice that I had her actually at eye level with me? That's really important when you're cutting your fringes. Ask the client to stand, or ask them to sit tall up in the chair, or go down on one knee if you want to. Your creative choice there. Let's take the top corner off so we bevel the fringe. Never leave fringes one length. It's too much cumbersome of weight for a client to work with. Take a vertical section right down the center of your fringe. Now we're gonna take and cut the corner off of the fringe. Now there's that corner. Now here's the concept. How much corner do I take off? That much, that much, that much, that much. I wanna leave weight here. So watch what we're going to share with you. Take a vertical section. Hand comes underneath, right glued in with the spine of the comb. Now watch what Sam's gonna do. Slide back. As soon as that fringe pops out, I'll see a short piece of hair here, cut a horizontal line. Now watch what happens. Now I've cut an angle on top. Now that fringe bevels naturally without so much work. Take a look at this. And take a look at the close shot of this, okay? Look when I do this, when I play with this. Look what hasn't been cut on the outside here. See how floppy that can get, but look what I've cut on the inside. It has a nice bevel to it. Imagine like you're trying to bevel a mirror. Here we go. Work to the outside. Comb to the center because I have a little bit longer length underneath. Or excuse me, I have a little bit longer length to the outside of the fringe. Look, my comb and my hand are glued together. Slide back. You'll see the short piece. Cut off whatever is there, horizontal, parallel to the floor. Release it. Look at that little corner that came off right there. Now look at this side. How we haven't even blow dried it or done anything to it. And now look at how nice that's working. Opposite side here. Simply lifting this up, lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Hand comes underneath, slide back, and stay horizontal. Trust it. It'll tell you how much to cut. What I love about this is it eliminates the guessing game of how much of the corner to take off. Now it's time to teach the client how to bevel. And I'll show you 2 ways to do it. Here's one good way to do it, okay? What you want to do is you want to come in and you want to work with your 9-row finishing brush. You're going to pick up your blow dryer with a nozzle. And I'm working with the narrow nozzle, not the wide. Why? Because I want to concentrate the airflow in a smaller area. Remember, concentrators or nozzles are important when we're blow drying. We're going to come in, you're going to position your brush first. So we come through, we're going to position the brush. It comes in and in. Now, once you have the brush positioned, I want you to simply take your palm of your hand, index finger comes right in. Then all I do is just rotate the brush. Reach and pick up your dryer, turn the dryer on, and come in and place your nozzle not on the bristles of your brush, never on the bristles. Working with hot air, coming right through. Now all I want to do is just bevel that. That's all I want to do is give it a nice soft bevel. So look how I use the finishing brush on that side, and I've got a really nice bevel to that. You can see that from the profile view. Let's go to the opposite side. And I'm just simply splitting this in half when I'm working with this. Split that in half, fit what goes onto the brush. Okay, once I have my brush in place, watch my index finger come in at the edge of that last row, catches it. See how it's caught that? Reach for your dryer, bring it in, watch the nozzle go parallel with the teeth. See how it's parallel? Never placing it on there. Just stay here for a moment. Rotate the blow dryer if you desire. Rotate that, but not the brush. Allow it to cool, release, and then look at the shine and the soft edge of a bevel that I've been able to create on this fringe by simply doing that. And this is a great way to go in and create that. Once again, very, very simple. Give you another profile view. Brush comes in. Once that brush is in, come through, set your brush in. Index finger catches the end of that section. Dryer goes on. Position the nozzle parallel with the brush. Allow it to cool is critical. And then release. And watch how we've been able to get a nice soft bevel on a fringe where we've actually beveled off the top. Hope you enjoyed that. Nice way, easy way to cut a nice full fringe.